I'm Jill Mills from the USA, 30 years old, 5'3", 173 pounds.
Last year, it was Jill Mills who emerged victorious, and she's back to defend her title. It's an obvious question, really, but surely being the first ever world's strongest woman must have changed her life.
Yeah, I'd say a lot of people in the U.S. have seen the contest, so I get a lot of people that recognize me, and a lot of opportunities to promote the sport in the U.S. So yeah, it's been a good experience the last year.
How are you feeling now that you're just about to defend your title?
I'm put myself in kind of a numb state until I have to turn it on, because I don't want the nerves to get to me.
I actually like this event. The only thing I'm worried about is the nerves is going to kind of spoil it, if you know what I mean. But no, I love this event.
Well, here we go with commentator as ever, Paul Dickinson.
The temperature gauge heading up towards a massive 40 degrees for this first event. And the first competitor we see on the left-hand side, Heini Koivuniemi from Finland. Runner-up to the champion last year, terrific all-round sportswoman. But the athlete next to her, Jill Mills from San Antonio in Texas, former bodybuilder and powerlifter. This is her 21st strength competition in a great career. Two newcomers next, Anna Rosen from Sweden, another powerlifter and bodybuilder, and a member of the Swedish Gladiators team as well on television. And then Trish Porter from Londonderry, 31 years old, restaurant manageress, and the reigning UK strongest woman. Well, what a tough event to start. Almost a little false start there by Anna Rosen, but Jill Mills getting away, and Jill Mills almost faltering, so Heini goes into the lead. It's Finland up against the United States at the moment, and Heini's just got the advantage as they flip over that massive 210-kilogram tyre. Heini's about half a flip ahead. Jill Mills trying to catch desperately. And then comes Anna Rosen. Trish Porter is struggling just a little bit at the moment. Heini's got a couple to go. This is a terrific first event, and there she goes. She's just beaten the champion. Anna Rosen in third place. And Trish Porter, well, she's only 5'2". Very, very strong, but technically, perhaps not adept at this event. And technique does count in this, believe me. So a nervous start for Trish Porter, but what a start for Heini Koivuniemi. Second last year, but she's really thrown down the gauntlet now.
That was quite a start. Were you getting worried?
Yes, of course. Jill next to me, yeah.
And you were closing on her all the while.
I made the mistake of thinking the yellow line was the finish, you know.
Oh.
So I kind of relaxed, and I thought, oh, shoot, she's flipping it again.
Well, 12 months ago, it was Mills and Koivuniemi all the way to a photo finish, and they started in similar vein this time around. First blood to the Finn.
Well, I bet Jackie Young is going to be standing very close to the course now to watch the last two competitors. Jill Mills from the United States on the far side. Heini Koivuniemi from Finland nearest the camera. Well, it was 1-2 for this pairing in the last event. It was Finland on that occasion, but it's the United States in the lead. Just by a fraction from Heini Koivuniemi. This is fantastic stuff. Remember the time of Jackie Young, 22.59. It's going to be close. Jill Mills has got a couple of meters. Oh, it's outside Jackie Young's time. The Scot has won her first event in World's Strongest Woman. Jill Mills will take second place, Heini third.
Well, a fantastic result for the Scot, more than a second clear of last year's champion Jill Mills, giving her her first event victory. It's a very compact leaderboard after the first two events. There's just 5 points separating the top 5.
Well, I suppose if there was a favourite for this event, it would have to be Jill Mills. Jill, who was a tremendous champion last year, absolutely adores this sort of competition. And even stranger, she adores the training that goes with it to make her into a great champion. So we have two athletes level on 7 squats each. Very steady progress by the American. Little slight adjustment there of the feet as she goes on to number 5. This is a very fit, very strong athlete indeed. This is number 8. She's in the lead. Now, Haney Koivuniemi, who's getting ready, had better watch out, because I get the impression Mills is just going to go on and on. Big, deep breath before she goes for 12. This is a massive total. 13, unlucky for some. She's going to go for one more. No, that is it. Jill Mills has set a massive target for Haney. The champion has done so well in this competition.
Virtuoso performance there.
I had to redeem myself from last year.
Remind me what happened last year?
I got second. I really wanted to win this event. I want to win this event. Of course, one more to go. We'll see.
But Haney's just sitting next door to you there.
Yes.
Do you think she can top your total there?
She's tough. She's got heart. We'll see what happens.
Well, just how crucial might that be in the final analysis? 8 points to Jill Mills, and Haney Koivuniemi getting just 2.5 equals 6th, which means that she is now 5.5 points behind her nemesis in 12 meters.
Well, everybody's struggled on the course so far, except, that is, for Jackie Young. So Haney Koivuniemi now, along with Jill Mills, the last pairing. Can either of them complete the course in less than 34 seconds? Haney Koivuniemi staying low, short, sharp steps. She's showing very good form here. Slightly to the side of that rope. Jill Mills is only a meter behind her. Mills, the overall leader. Those massive and powerful arms. Hauling herself up this incline now. And the incline really kicks in here. Haney Koivuniemi has just come to a bit of a halt. So has the American. I think Jackie Young could well win her second event in this year's final. And that would be fantastic for the Scot. They're both outside of Jackie Young's time. Now they've got to try and close in on Anna Rosen's second place, 24.40 meters. And certainly Haney is getting close. Jill Mills has got a couple of meters to go. 10 seconds to go. Mills absolutely going nowhere. Koivuniemi still moving that car, but only just. It's going to be so close for second place between Rosen and the Finn. Jill Mills, I think, is way out of it this time. And Koivuniemi is absolutely flat out. Her heartbeat will have gone up to about 200 beats per minute. Mills seems to have recovered there, but she's only going to get about...
Well, a real shift in the balance of power now. A second victory for Jackie Young, but with Jill Mills finishing back in 6th, it means there's now only 2.5 points separating the top 4 athletes. It's anybody's event.
How on earth she managed to keep going for so long, I don't know. That was a remarkable performance by the Finn. But you heard what she had to say. Jill Mills is the athlete to beat. She's so strong, and she's very fit indeed. 161 meters the target to beat. 3 and a bit lengths of this course. And Jill Mills, the defending champion, she's in the lead overall, but only by 1.5 points from Haney. So it's still close with a couple of events to go after this. 50 meters looking good for the American. Just to put this in perspective, if ever you've carried your boyfriend home from the pub on a Friday night, he weighs around 80 kilos, you get my drift. And Jill Mills is still looking solid. She's hardly breathing. And this is a cardiovascular event as well. Fitness absolutely paramount. 100 meters. Now then, Simone Sauder 122, Jackie Young 129, Josie Monod over 150, and Jill Mills looking good. There were a few words there from Douglas Edmonds as she turned around, but the American is on her way to 150. This is going to get interesting. She was almost tempted there to clasp her hands around the front of the shield. That's not allowed. She's leaning back a long way as well. The pressure on the back and on the hamstrings in her legs is absolutely incredible here. She must be absolutely exhausted. That is 150 though. So she's guaranteed big points again. Now can she pick off the athletes ahead of her. Josie Morneau is gone. The next target is Koivuniemi, and she's going to go past the 160-meter mark. The American has done it again. She was desperately disappointed at the end of the carpool to only finish in 6th place. But just consider, she's come second, first, and this is going to be another first. Her second win of this final. She really doesn't have to keep going anymore. She's gone past the mark of Haney Koivuniemi. Thank you very much. Victory number 2 in pursuit of her second title. It's still very close at the top, and she's absolutely exhausted. I think she might have a word with her husband Milo, who's also her coach, because she went 17 meters past the mark of Koivuniemi, and that really was too much for her. Well done, though. It was good. Very good.
I was like waiting for somebody to tap me on the shoulder or say something. I never heard anybody say anything.
So you just kept
And there's
going?
no line, there's nothing. I thought eventually somebody'd say, hey, you can stop now.
Well, that was an important win for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I needed it so I could sleep tonight.
So will you sleep easy?
Not till the contest is over.
Well, it sure ain't over, but an extra point might be a vital cushion for Jill Mills in her battle to retain her title. Anna Rosen and Jose Morneau picking up good points there. And effectively, there are still 4 people involved in this. Any one of the top quartet could end up as champion.
Towering over KL, the world's tallest buildings, and in the battle to be the world's strongest woman, we reach the deadlift. Hold up this car, 190 kilograms, 420 pounds, as long as you possibly can. And as with last year in Zambia, the 2 main protagonists are Jill and Haney, and Jill has a 2.5 point advantage, and you'll obviously hope to expand that in this event.
I'll try my best. It always helps to put a little breathing room in there.
How do you assess your relative strengths here?
Oh, this is an excellent event for her too, and because it's a good weight. It's not, you know, it's not really light, so I think it'll kind of separate a lot of the points here, but not between us, I don't think.
Now you're going before Jill,
Yes.
so the pressure is on you to set a hard target.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for reminding.
So what do you think a good time might be?
40 seconds.
And then she'll be struggling. She'll be worried.
Yeah, she will have, you know, a couple thoughts in her mind, I hope.
Well, nobody would say Haney did badly, and certainly not to her face anyway. But it's Jill Mills now. 2.5 points ahead of the Finn. 1 event to go after this one. Well, Jill, a fantastic deadlifter in the gymnasium. I wonder if she can repeat that sort of performance here. Jackie Young leads at 38.32. And that was such an easy lift off the ground for the American. I bet most of the crowd here can't believe what they've seen over the last few days. There have been some remarkable performances, not just by Jill, but by all the athletes. 15 seconds gone now. Jill Mills, the target, 38.32, and whatever happens to Jackie Young, she's not going to finish any worse than second, and that will mean she'll move up into 3rd place overall, which is fantastic news for Great Britain. Now then, she's going past many of her rivals now. Is she going to win this event? She is. 39.40, a massive effort again by the American. The champion-elect goes to 43.72, looking good and feeling strong. Can anybody catch the American with just 1 event to go?
I'd have put my mortgage on you doing that.
It's so good to have people believe in me, because sometimes I really don't believe in myself, and everybody's like, oh, you're going to do it, you're going to do it, and it really helps to hear that.
You're just about there.
It's not over till it's over. Little mistakes can cost you big time, especially if you're too confident, you're not paying attention to what you're doing, and it's easy to lose 4 or 5 points, you know, like I did on the truck pull, and so I don't want to be lackadaisical and go in there and blow it at the last event. That would really, I don't think I could live with that.
A big win certainly for Jill Mills, but important points for Jackie Young in her bid for a podium finish. As things stand, though, with 1 event to go, the American has a 5.5 point lead, but it's very close for the minor placing.
Well, the fate of Jackie Young will be known in just a moment as Jill Mills and Heini Koivuniemi step forward. The last two competitors in this year's World's Strongest Woman competition. A little bit of a nudge by Jill Mills, but both of them looking very relaxed. Look at Jill Mills. Cool, calm, relaxed, and maybe, just maybe, the champion for the second time. We think she's just got to lift two of those objects up in a reasonable time to make sure, but here we go. Well, Jackie Young and Anna Rosen will be watching Heini very closely. Jill Mills, this is quick. Two go up. Yes, they do. I think she is the champion. But what about Heini? She needs four up, and she needs to go faster than Jackie Young and Anna Rosen to make sure of that second place. But look at this, Jill Mills on number 4. This is the champion. Yes, it is. The American has done it. The very first World's Strongest Woman last year. She's retained her title, but Heini is struggling on number 3. And already she's gone way past the time of Anna Rosen and Jackie Young. And that means that Rosen will not get the 3 places she needed between herself and Jackie Young. So Jackie will definitely improve to 3rd place. She may even go higher. It all depends on the judges getting their calculators out. I haven't seen a closer finish than this in any strongman or strongwoman competition for many years. What a drama. The champion standing in the background. She knows she's got it in the bag. But Heini will have to wait and see. Well, well, well. In the end, Jill Mills, absolutely supreme, and World's Strongest Woman once again.
But Heini's failure to lift all 4 meant that on countback, Jackie Young took 2nd place behind the remarkable American.
I feel good. You know, after 4 days of this, you're happy, but I think relief is more of a stronger emotion than happiness. On the flight home, it'll hit me, and I'll be really happy. Ready to go home and celebrate.
So Anna Rosen from one of the homes of strength athletes with an emphatic victory. Jill Mills, enough, well, more than enough, really, to give her the title once again. And Jackie Young in 2nd, thanks to those 2 individual event victories.
Now you've had time to sort of absorb what you've achieved for a second time. Does it feel better or the same or not quite so important as last time?
Well, I have it more in perspective, but at the same time, it feels like more of an accomplishment this year because the girls were all so much tougher. I mean, this was really a tough contest. I mean, as you could see, 3 girls tied for 2nd place by points. So in that aspect, yeah, all the girls were much more experienced, much more competitive this year, definitely. So yeah, it was much more of an accomplishment, definitely, to win this year.
And even more so now, because if you come back next year to try and get a hat-trick, everybody's shooting for you.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, definitely. You know, I think every year it'll get tougher and tougher, definitely.
Well, Jill, many congratulations.
Thank you.
And, you know, look forward to seeing you in 12 months' time.
We'll see. Thank you.
2nd last year and 3rd this, Heini Koivuniemi will be determined to complete her set of medals come 12 months' time. And Jackie Young could probably have flown home without the aid of a plane, thrilled to bits with the runners-up spot.
The world's strongest woman, 2002, representing the United States, Jill Mills.
But Jill Mills in a class of her own, lifting the Altoids trophy for the world's strongest woman. It's always harder to retain a title than it is to win it in the first place, and she continues to set the standards for the rest to follow.